Arsenal 2, Liverpool 2 here at the Emirates. I'm joined by Ricky. Ricky, that must feel like a defeat, right?
Tough game. Yeah, really hard to take. Played really well. Got a few injuries, so really hard to take. A few injuries came off as well. Yeah, we haven't got a first 11. We're playing one of the team that's top of the table. So yeah, really difficult to take.
Talking about injuries, Bukayo Saka was back from injury today, opened the scoring. How impressed were you by his performance?
Every time turns up. Honestly, we missed him midweek as well. He's a top player, and he makes the difference when he plays, and you notice when he doesn't play. So it's as simple as that. He needs to be playing week in, week out. We miss Odegaard as well. But Saka, he's scoring goals, he provides goals, and I think he lifts the crowd and the side.
I'm joined by, I should whisper it really, you're in disguise?
A little bit of a disguise, but I'm an Arsenal fan deep down.
All right, let the people know who you actually support.
I support Liverpool, mate, but I was undercover today.
What do you make of that result? You nicked it with a Mo Salah goal there. Are you happy with that?
Yeah, it feels like a bit of a win. I feel like Arsenal were on top for about 3/4 of that game. And when it was 2-1 to you, I was pretty sure, mate, that we weren't going to nick anything. And then what was it, Nunes to Salah, and Salah nicks it one of the last minutes. Yeah, it felt good, mate. It felt good. But,
what did you make of Arsenal's performance after leading? Do you think they went too defensive too soon?
No, mate. I think you were better than us. You were playing football. We weren't, mate. We kind of like, I don't know. We froze up a little bit. I think maybe the occasion got to us, but I think at the end of the day, our quality came through. We managed to nick it at the end. But yeah, I think Arsenal were on top for most of it, mate. So I wouldn't be too disheartened with that.
What does this result mean for Liverpool then? You remain above Arsenal. I believe you're level on points with City.
I think we're level.
You're level on points with City. Do you think you can go on and win the league?
It's way too. I've been through this a million times, mate. You know, I've been hopeful before. I'm trying not to get too ahead of myself, but I think it'll be a good challenge. I still think Arsenal are in it, mate. I think it's a 3-horse race as of now. But yeah, I don't want to jinx anything.
What do you make of Mikel Arteta's substitutions? He was forced into 2. Gabriel came on, but he didn't make subs that he wasn't forced to make until after the second Liverpool goal. Do you think he's a bit too stubborn?
I think he should have made changes sooner. Like they started getting back into the game, and I actually thought before Liverpool scored, it was only a matter of time. Before they scored, it was only a matter of time. They were getting a lot of the ball, and obviously Miles Skelly coming on has sort of changed the back four and the structure of that, and I think that made a difference. So yeah, it's a tough one. I think in the league, if we've got 11 players without anyone getting sent off and we've got our first 11, we'll beat anyone. We'll beat City as well. We'll beat anyone.
We are now obviously behind Liverpool and City. Ricky, do you think we can still go on and win the title?
Yeah, we just need 95% of the players to stay fit. And I think, yeah, why not? We're still in it now. I don't think we've actually got out of first gear yet at all. So yeah, lots more to come from this Arsenal team. But the crowd have got to get behind them. These guys have got to get behind them as well, because I think the barrier's been set high. But I think they still need to support them. So, yeah.
Perfect. Ricky?
No, you don't feel like a defeat, but you don't feel like a win, you know? You know, the win is all that matters at the end of the day. You know, the ref is giving, lucky, he was just giving them extra calls for no reason. But, it is what it is. We check it to the chin. We're going to win the season. We ain't got nothing to worry about at the end of the day. You feel me? But, yeah.
We saw Bukayo Saka return from injury, open the scoring. What did you make of Saka's return to the side?
He did well. We trusted him. That's our wonder boy at the end of the day. So yeah, we believe in Saka like we always did at the end of the day. So yeah.
We saw Gabriel and Timber go off with injury. Are you worried about Arsenal's defence?
A little bit, but I believe I still trust in our bench. At the end of the day. We know we got this. We believe in Arteta. At the end of the day, he's a good coach, and he's gonna do what he got to do. It is what it is. You gotta take it to the chin.
Are you confident Arsenal can still go on and win the league?
100%, 110%. Yeah. You always gotta have. You gotta think positive. Manifestation. At the end of the day, we know we got this. At the end of the day, you feel me? But yeah, we got this. Go Arsenal. Come on, you Gunners. You feel me?
2-1, do you think Arteta could have been a bit more positive with his substitutions? He didn't make a sub until about the 80th minute. Obviously, injuries forced him before that. Or was you happy with how the team looked?
No, 100%. He should have definitely have made a sub. In my personal opinion, I think Havertz should have come off. Yeah, I think he should have done. Yeah, and he should have brought Jesus off. On much earlier than Havertz, if I'm honest with you. But we'll take the 2-2 at home, but he should have definitely made some subs much earlier. I know because of Gabriel got injured, that's come off. But if we was going for the win today, we should have made some subs much earlier.
We saw Gabriel, like you mentioned, and Urian Timber come off. Are you worried about Arsenal's defence?
Nah, I'm not really worried too much. It just depends on how Gabriel, depends on what happens to him after this. If he's all right, then we're good to go. You know, Saliba's going to come back and it's going to be all right. I think I'm not worried about our back four at all. You know what I mean? I've always said from day one that we should have always got ourselves a striker in. You know what I mean? I know myself personally, I think Sterling was a desperate buy. No, desperate buy-in because you don't trust him. Otherwise, the man would have got played today. He brought Xhaka off, you know, and why ain't Sterling getting played? Yeah. You know, so that's what it is for me. You know what I mean?
How are you feeling? You're saying you're remaining optimistic, upbeat. Will Arsenal go on and win the league?
It's tough because you know what it is? It's because there's teams coming up now. Chelsea are starting to win games. Liverpool are starting to do their thing. You know, myself personally, this is what the Prem needs though. We need teams to start doing their thing now because, you know, it's always just been City, you know. But I think now there's an opportunity, definitely, for the teams that are involved in the top four. And we do, but it just depends on what happens. Okay, so just to make your final prediction then, May, are Arsenal Premier League champions? If I had to get you to say definitely. 100% we're going to win the league this season. And there's a Liverpool man over here, yeah, we're winning the league all day, every day. I don't care what anyone says. You've got to keep the confidence with Arsenal. We're going to win the league.
It does feel like a little bit of a defeat, man. The injuries, man, some hex on it, bro. Who's hexing us? I don't know. Everything, the groin, the ligaments, they're all going. So when I saw Gabriel going down, I was like, okay, there's some trouble, but yeah. Gabriel and Timber went off with injuries. How worried are you about Arsenal's defence? I think Saliba's coming back, that's fine. Ben White looks solid in centre-back, which is pretty good. That's all right. Calafiori comes back, that's all right. I'm not too worried. Saka coming back, Odegaard coming back. As that guy said, we're going to win the league. Don't worry about that. It's just going to take a little bit longer. What do you make of Mick Arteta's substitutions? He was forced into 2 substitutions with the injuries. Yeah. Didn't make any subs off his own back until after the equaliser. Do you think he needs to make subs earlier? I think it's fine. Trossard in that 10 was amazing. Trossard did his thing, yeah. And then Martinelli was coming in with pace, rinsing Trent here and there, which is great. Yeah. So I think that was fine. Saka came off later on, which is okay. Subs, I'm not too confident on Sterling as yet. He doesn't sell me on that as yet. We will need a striker just for some change for Havertz. I feel like Jesus is off form. But you trust the process, Mick. I mean, we didn't even know that Saka was starting and everything like that. People were taking him out of his fantasy, but brought him on last minute. Saka starts, scores. It was looking good, but these injuries, man, it's the injuries that are getting us. Yeah. Despite the injuries, though, you're seeming optimistic. You're seeming confident. Do you think Arsenal can still win the league? We will win the league. We have to win the league. It's been too long now, man. I started supporting this club like right after the Invincibles in 20 years. We got to win the league, man. It's too much. I can't take it anymore. But yeah, we're doing it. I'm telling you, we're winning the league. It's coming.
They're not up to date with the rules. They're influenced by VAR. They need to reassess VAR. It didn't cost us a game. There was a couple of decisions that were, but the referee was poor. VAR. I don't know.
Arsenal have been on the end of a few bad decisions this season, 3 red cards. Do you think there's an agenda against Arsenal?
The red card last week was a yellow, not a red, because they've already admitted the game, the other game and the other on Sunday.
The Chelsea-Liverpool.
Yeah, he got a yellow, not a red. So there's one thing. But refereeing is poor. They need to get younger referees that are more passionate about the game. The referees are too old, don't keep up with the game. I played pro football. Refereeing is absolutely poor, and VAR ain't worth a rub because the guys that are watching at it is totally atrocious in my opinion.
In the Champions League, the referees seem to be noticed a lot less compared to the Premier League. Do you think it's English referees that are the problem?
I think Europe control VAR a lot better than we do. I think VAR in Europe is a lot better, it's controlled better, and there's better results. But over here, it's just totally wrong. They need to review it, but whether they will or whether they don't, who knows? I'm just a season ticket holder at the Emirates. I come every week and I get frustrated more with the refereeing decisions, but who knows?
I'm joined by
Jack West.
Jack. You must be disappointed with that result.
Absolutely gutted, mate. Absolutely gutted. Feel that we were robbed at the end with the Havertz goal. All the players thought it was a goal. The whole crowd thought it was a goal. Just the ref.
Let's go back to the start of the game. Bukayo Saka back from injury. Captain's armband opened the scoring. How impressed were you with Saka?
Very impressed. Great goal to begin with. Set the pace. A bit against the run of play, but great goal from him.
Gabriel and Timber both forced off with injuries. Are you worried about Arsenal's defence going forward into the rest of the season?
Slightly, yeah, because it did shake it up a bit when Gabriel come off. Newcastle away on Saturday. That'll be interesting. Hopefully we can other players step up.
What did you make of Mikel Arteta's substitutions? He was forced into the first two, didn't make another two until after the equaliser. Do you think he could make subs early, or was you happy?
I was pretty happy with the subs, to be honest. Thought they were all the right time. I don't think the subs were the issue today. I think it's just unlucky. We kept on going. No one can say we sat back today. We kept on going and going. Goal got disallowed at the end, and it was unlucky.
Obviously, going into the rest of the season, Arsenal stay behind Liverpool and City in the league. Are you confident Arsenal can still go on and win it?
Feels a bit different being the underdogs this year, but after leading the last 2 years, but might do us a favour.
You reckon the lack of pressure could actually help Arsenal going forward?
I think so, yeah. I think we can use it to our advantage. Something different.
Going into Newcastle away next week then, how are you feeling? You confident looking at the state of the squad?
If we have a few players back, then yeah. Could do with a few defenders, maybe Califiori, hopefully. But, this is what the squad's for. Other players need to step up, so hopefully they do.
How did that feel, man? Must have hurt.
Mate, it felt terrible. We got done on the counter. I slightly feel a bit robbed. I ain't seen when we scored and it got disallowed, brought back. I ain't seen that, but I just feel like we got robbed a little bit. We was 2-1 for a long period of the game, but we went too defensive too early, I feel. We should have come out and just went for them, But then as soon as we attacked, we got countered, and it was just like, my heart sunk, I can't lie.
Let's go back to the start of the game. We saw Bukayo Saka had the captain's armband back into the side, opened the scoring. How happy were you to see him back?
Saka is world class. I don't care what anyone says. He's been run into the ground for the longest time, and he still steps up to the mark and he performs under pressure. Like, people hate on Saka, but week in, week out, he will score, he will deliver something no matter what. And we've seen it again today, even like playing with an injury basically. He steps up and he scores,
That result keeps Arsenal behind City and Liverpool. Are you confident Arsenal can still go on and win the league?
Nah, I think City will win the league this year, to be fair. If I'm being really honest. Unless we sign someone in January, like
what position?
Just a prolific centre forward. I think we see it again today. There was moments where Havertz weren't really getting in the 6-yard box or in the centre of the goal. He was like drifting out, and also we need Underdog back. If we get Underdog back and we still fill that position in Jan, then we might be okay. Even if Underdog comes back and our injuries are alright, we might be okay. But so far, we've been quite unlucky with the sending offs, the referee decisions, and our injuries. If it carries on like this in that same vein, we ain't going to win, bruv. And that's not necessarily Arteta's fault. It's not necessarily the squad's fault. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. You've got to be realistic. Sometimes it's just the way it is. So, but, I hope and I pray that things change and there's a breakthrough and we get Underdog back and things start flowing properly. But until then, it's looking a bit dodgy, bruv.